Hello everyone. Today we are going to do something called Macrib. Nah, we're just gonna look around Avaor's house and his infantry and just see everything that's happened over the LP, because I feel that, you know, this LP has been the longest on YouTube. It's been, you know, a huge adventure. So I think we should just take this part just to look over exactly what Avaor's been through and what he's discovered and things like that. It's just a little idea I had. If you don't want, if you're not into it, that's fine. You don't need to watch it. If you want to, it's just there if you want to watch it. It's not going to delay Skyrim in any way, guys. Don't worry about it delaying Skyrim. It's not delaying Skyrim. Do not worry about that. So anyway, we just look at some of the quests we've done. I want to go all the way down. We never got a chance to get to the dragon armor, I know, but sorry about that. Just all the way down, and on the 28th of last seed, we had the unexpected voyage, when Umaril presented me with a bag of gold and explained to me that the Imperial Guard had been looking for Celine, and there was a reward for her capture, and stuff like that. And that was the one when we got, remember, if you want to remember that was when we went on a boat, and we got captured on the boat, and we went across the sea. That was the start of Avaor's adventure. And then we went back, and when we went to the market, and we helped out the merchants with a little trouble that was going around. I don't know if anyone remembers that, when Foreigner was selling the clothes of dead people, and he didn't even know it. So we ended up helping two people along that, and the culprit was killed. So we managed to help out that. Then the Forlorn Watchman. You know, there was a ghost in the Niven Bay, and we ended up coming to a map, and it led us to a treasure, and it was concealed among some rocks, and it was where he hid his belongings while he was at sea. And as he passed, he passed away, and his treasure belongs to Avaor now. Avaor found his treasure. Then Mazoga the Orc. You know, we did travel then to Leowin after Breville, and we came across a orc called Mazoga, and we did some things. We became a knight. We became a knight of the White Stallion. Well, a knight errant, to be precise. We haven't really seen Mazoga much during the LP. It was at the very start. And, you know, we kind of had some little time with Mazoga, and we've done some Black Bow Bandit stuff. Again, during the start of the LP, when Avaor was just trying to get to know who he is, and just trying to get used to being a warrior, and he got his first title. And then Whom God Deny, that was again in Leowin, when we found out that there was a woman being stalked by a bunch of scamps. This was really before we knew anything about the Daedra. Like, right now, Avaor is very aware of the Daedra and the dangers they possess. At the time, he didn't really know much about the Daedra, and he just was putting a staff down, but supposedly a Daedric artifact, to keep it away from the living hands ever again. And again, it's before he knew anything about the Daedra and the dangers they possess. So, and again, during him at the start. The Grey Lance, I actually cannot remember that. I'm sure I'll have a look at this little whole quest so I know what I did. Ah, yes. That was back a long time ago. Let me just go back down to it. Sorry, I'm just gonna... Yeah, so this was when, you remember, a long time ago, there was ghosts in the Greyland settlement. There was ghosts and some... Oops, sorry, not my mic. There was ghosts around the Greyland settlement, and no one knew what the ghosts were, and etc. So anyway, Avaor helped out with the ghosts, and it turned out that everyone was turned invisible by a spell. There was no evil behind it, just a simple mistake. So yeah. The Knight of the Stallion, when we went back and did the Black Brugo questline. That was connected with the Mazoga the Orc before. Then eventually we did join the Fighters Guild, and this was when again Avaor was still trying to find out more about becoming a warrior and all that good stuff. And then he did a few quests like the Desolate Mine, and he just didn't do. He just killed a few goblins and that kind of thing. Then a brush with death. We found out there was a famous painter called Rife, and he'd been trapped in his own painting. As weird as that sounds. And Avaor came and he helped him get out of it. And basically, we saved the day. Yeah, so Avaor helped a famous painter get out of a painting. And was rewarded as well, which was nice. Imperial corruption. Now we found out about an evil Imperial, I guess, soldier called Ordens Vidius. Now this was a while ago. This was before a lot of this other stuff. However, you can't really include it because I'm just doing it like, you know, up the chain when each quest was completed. He was arrested, and you know, he was arrested, and then he escaped, and he tried to attack us, and we ended up killing him. Now it was all the way back in the Serpent's Tail. I think it was called the Serpent's Tail. Which was when we went, and which we'll talk about probably in a later video. So yeah, and we sorted that out for him, with him. Malene was delighted with the news of Raylan the Gravefinder's death, and royal moves. I can't remember that one either. Ah yes, that was when we did a quest to help. That was when we did, you know, the quest to help that lady when there was a necromancer troubling her with her inn, and she was like losing a lot of customers, and we helped her get rid of the necromancers so she could sell more. Well, she could get her customers back and stuff like that. So then zero visibility. Okay, that was the zero thing. I don't know what the other thing was. Okay, that was the zero thing, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really bad at this. I'm trying to remember what each quest of these are because it was a long time ago. I want to just go back to that thing down there, the Greyland. I want to just see. Let me just see what it was. Hang on. Ah, yes, I remember. There was a thing. Okay, yeah, that was the skooma dealers. There were some skooma dealers, guys, back then, and we just helped sort out the skooma dealers. That was again, you know, that. Sorry about me forgetting that. I'm sorry. This must get getting so confusing for you. Just ignore I missed that little misunderstanding. I'm sorry about this, guys. It's really hard to remember this stuff. Erlene was pleased that I stopped Raynal. So this was back when we. Reynald Raelis, the vampire hunter. There was a brotherhood, and there was like a brotherhood a long time ago they had, and they found a special amulet, and they hid it away to keep it away from hands. And Reynald killed the members of his brotherhood to get some keys to try and get it out. We luckily managed to stop him, and we have now the amulet for ourselves. Two sides of the coin. I found the this was with the woman when her husband was arrested and they had treasure, and we had to kind of decide what we did with the treasure, like if we kept it for ourselves or if we shared it. And I believe Avaor decided to keep it for himself. He didn't believe the woman because she was very suspicious and very evil, kind of like looking, and Avaor didn't really trust her, so he kept the gold for himself for helping Geronda get and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that's what I did, at least. I'm trying to remember it. I've given Countess Carbane the Draconian Madstone. She was extremely pleased and rewarded me with an Akaviri artifact from her personal collection called the Ring of the Viper Eye. So that was when we did a quest for the Countess just to get her the an amulet, an Akaviri artifact kind of thing. Order the Virtuous Blood. You've probably seen us giving vampire dust to the person. That person to get gold. That basically links to this quest when Avaor hunted some vampires. Basically. And it turned out that the person in charge was actually the current owner, of, well, like the leader of the Virtuous Blood, and now it has been put for purposes out of vampire control. Now go fish. Now this was a very simple, like a very short quest we did when we just collected some goals for a man who was nearing the end of his retirement and was too hurt to do the quest, to do it himself. Just a little helping hand that was. Canvass the castle. Now this was the one when the Countess lost the portrait of the Count, and she wanted me to find it. So Avaor went around and he found it, and it turned out that Channel was the person behind the crime. The killing field. Now we tried to help his him clear a swarm of goblins. However, sadly, one of his sons did die during the attack, and I wasn't able to get a full reward for helping him because of what he had to pay for the funeral. But that was fine. I mean, Avaor felt really bad about that, and he was very, very, I don't know, very kind of, I suppose, I don't know, understanding about it. That's the word. So yeah, paranoia. Now this was a weird one. A man called Glarfir was trying to get us to do dirty work, and he wanted us to kill some people because he thought they were spying on him, and we did not do what he wanted us. We actually told the guard, he just didn't trust me at all, and he thought I was working for them and stuff like that, because I didn't think any of them were spying on him. So he was very, very, paranoid. Yeah, that's the right word. Siege of Kvatch, that was our first Oblivion gate, and we kind of realized the beginning of the Avaor's great adventure, really. And then we went on to help them take on Kvatch, and we took Kvatch at last for ourselves. Sam's deception. There were some very sexy women trying to lure some. I don't know what the word is actually now. To lure some men to try and have sex with them, and they were just stealing their clothes. We stopped them. We didn't fall for their sexiness, and stuff like that. That went back to the Fighters Guild, and we helped clear some rats. And a ghost ship. There was a ghost ship, there was a haunted ship, and we helped cleanse the ship and get a crystal ball that belonged to her family, a woman's family, and gave it to her. An unfortunate shopkeeper. Again, with the Fighters Guild, we helped with that. There was a man who was having some people break into his shop and stealing it. We stopped them from stealing his stuff, and we stopped him, basically. We stopped them and, I don't know, we just stopped them. Basically. Okay. Origin of the Grey Prince. Now that was when it was very sad. He found... Agranok Granmalog, the Grand Champion, before us, found out that he was in fact a vampire. Very, very upsetting kind of thing that was, and we did eventually kill him in combat. Goblin trouble. Oh yeah, there was a threat to Cropsford. We did return to Cropsford, guys, if you remember it. We returned to Cropsford a while ago, about 2 weeks ago, in game, and it's doing very well. Yeah, it's doing very well. We just helped them clear off the goblins, basically, at the time. Caught in the Hunt. Saying that was the woman who's always around Braville, going about her husband, Alaron. Her husband died, but we had to escape this man's game, an orc's game, and we managed to escape it, but Alaron did die. Now pilgrimage. Now that we started off our journey as a crusader, and we tried to unite the holy artifacts. Tears of the Saviour. We went and gave Gaon's tear to Sidrasa and Leowyn. We did a little quest to collect them for him a lot earlier, but we didn't return to a Leowyn, so we just I don't know what the word is. Anyway, the Shrine of Crusader. I recovered the Crown of Crusader, the first piece of the Crusader's relics. We collected our first relic of Crusaders. We bought our house in Skingrave. We bought our first house, which is where we are now. Helping hand. Yeah, and then we had her as our maid. We acquired the boots of the Crusader. Then we found out the Hackter issues. There were some Hackter problems, and we saved a Argonian called... and we helped an Argonian and saved her from being eaten or something. And then we recovered the gauntlets of the Crusader. And then the mace of the Crusader. And then the shield. Then we just returned to the Priory. Then basically we just carried on with our Knight of the Nine quest. We found out Sir Roderick had fallen in combat, and we went to recover the sword of the Crusader. Then we managed to restore the sword, and we met Umaril in combat and defeated him. Did all of that. Then we did all the main quest stuff. We delivered the amulet to Joffrey, found the heir, returned him, then all this stuff. We bought a house in the Imperial City. You know, we joined the Blades, did a quest for Azure to gain an Edric artifact, closed the Bruma Gate. Sadly, the Count of Cheydinhall's son got killed in an Oblivion Gate. We helped two brothers find themselves. We recovered the armor of Tiber Septim. We found the treasure of Rosethorn Hall, where spirits of fleas. Let's see what we did there. Oh yeah, we bought the house in Anvil, and we cleansed the house of the curse. We bought the house in Breville. Okay, we did everything, you know, what we did with the allies for Bruma. We got all of the allies, and we got them all, basically. Bought the house in Leowyn. Bought a house in Cheydinhall. What else? We got the Great Welcome Stone. We defended Bruma, and this has been long, isn't it? Quite the amount of things I've done. We closed the Great Gate, and we went to Paradise. We bought a house in Bruma. We lit the dragonflies. Martin got killed, sadly. Found out of the father's sins. Well, isn't that the same title of the song from MGS5? Anyway, yep. So the Germain brothers' father was a thief, and we helped kind of, I don't know, renew his sins and returned what he'd stolen. Brought in some alien some alien statues, as we've done through the whole LP. And McCann thanked me for delivering his carving, which he asked us to get. And then we bought a house in Coral, and then we ended it with the Aliens quests. So guys, that is it. That was what we've done. Now that went on longer than I thought it would, so I think I'll split it into 3 parts. That was very long. So in the next part, we'll just I'll let you look around our house. I don't think this will be as long, but you know. I'll see you in the next part, guys.